Injury Law Game of the Week, Week 3 edition. It's St. Pius on the road to take on Barstow. The Warriors come in at 5-7. The Knights off to a 7-3 start. Thanks for joining us here this evening on 38 The Spot. Happy to be alongside Hall of Fame head coach Rick Zeke. What a venue we have here tonight.
Well, we're on the floor. We're right with the players. It's going to be a very competitive game. I think both teams need a win. It might be cold outside, but I think they want to heat the scoreboard up, especially early.
Let's take a look at our players to watch, brought to you by DM Injury Law. We'll start with St. Pius, the road team. They've been led by guard Kate Sell.
Well, Kate Sell is one of the best three-point shooters in the state of Missouri. She puts up about 10 a game. Just 2 weeks ago, she had a game with 39 points. She's our most consistent offensive player, and she really needs to shoot the ball well for the Warriors tonight.
And for the home team, Barstow, they've been led by guard Talia Dreyer.
Talia Dreyer, coach, is their most consistent offensive player. She can score from all three levels. She needs to shoot the ball well outside. She needs to get to the free throw line if the Knights are going to have a home victory tonight.
Players to watch, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Starting lineups and tip-off is coming up next right here on 38 The Spot.
I'm Mike DePasquale, Kansas City's lawyer, the city of champions. Living here, you learn what makes a community strong, what holds people together, and how to do what's right for friends, family, and neighbors. Kansas City is a place where values still matter and honesty is a way of life. It's where you can reach out to someone you trust if you need help. When you're injured, you want a lawyer who knows this city and a team that knows how to win. If you've been injured, call me. I've got this.
Why do people love You Move Me?
Because we show up on time.
And take good care of their belongings.
Because we're friendly, uniform,
and professional.
I love You Move Me because they're reliable and they make moving effortless.
Love your move with You Move Me.
I don't mean to judge, but that other company's truck was tiny.
Ma'am, we can definitely fit this in one truck. That's why you call Junkie. Bigger trucks, better prices.
Junkie in Kansas City. We treat our customers like royalty.
Back here inside the Barstow School. Happy to have you along here on 38 The Spot. Tanner Collins, Rick Zeke. As starting lineups are wrapping up down on the floor. St. Pius comes in at 5-7. Barstow 7-3. It's going to be a fun matchup here tonight, Rick.
Absolutely. I think both teams are very competitive. You got a little bit two philosophies. You're going to probably see the Barstow School try to take it to the basket, utilize their size a little bit. St. Pius is a perimeter team. They shoot a lot of three-pointers. They try to get them out of transition. I think both coaches talked about how important rebounding is.
Starting lineups brought to you by DM Injury Law. We highlighted Kate Sell, number 10, in the open. Let's take a look at our keys to the game. Brought to you by You Move Me. We'll start with St. Pius. Their three keys, Rick. They want to take care of the ball, box out. Rebounding was a big emphasis, talking to Coach earlier in the week. And then defensively, just getting back and defending. What about Barstow?
Barstow really wants to lock in on defense. They're going to try to score some points off their defensive pressure. They must survive the runs. When you're playing a three, they might hit 3 in a row. They might miss 4 in a row. So they got to survive Pius's run. They want to take advantage of this crowd, the TV. Coach said this is really big for their program. He's resurrecting a program at the Barstow School, and he's really excited to have you here on Channel 38, the DM Injury Law Game of the Week.
St. Pius led by head coach Krista Daniels. On the other side for Barstow, Rodney Gilliard, the head coach for Barstow. There's the student section. They're ready. It's loud here inside the arena. We're about to tip it off on center court. Annalise Taylor for Barstow, and for St. Pius, it's Caroline McCoy.
Which one?
And we're underway here in Kansas City. Barstow with the opening possession.
Gonna have to keep it up. Hey.
First shot is up, and it's good from Bristol Sanders. 6-foot freshman buries the three early on.
She's got a great future ahead of her. She can shoot that three. She's really going to be valuable.
And nearly a takeaway defensively from Alex Dean. 5'4" senior. St. Pius with their first look offensively. The Warriors come in at 5-7 on the season. Shot is off the mark. Rebound brought down by Moore. And a travel near the center circle. First turnover from the Knights.
Barstow's starting in that tight zone a little bit. They're going to utilize their size. They're going to pressure the point guard a little bit.
Take a look at that first three. Cashed in at the top of the key from Bristol Sanders.
Really good form for a freshman. They're really going to extend their zone to try to get a hand in those three-point shooters' face.
Shot misses long from Kate Sell, leading scorer on the season for St. Pius. Now the Knights set up the offense. There's Dreyer up top, highlighted her in the open. And that three is off the mark from Alex Dean. Possession back to St. Pius.
Yeah, Barstow mostly is going to rely on Dean's penetration and kick out, and then Dean giving it to those post players down low. Remember, they have a big size advantage against the Warriors.
Another quick three from Pius. And a second chance here off the offensive rebound from Caroline McCoy. Now McCoy will try a three. And hit. Nothing but net from Caroline McCoy, and we're tied at 3.
Well, they spread you out and shoot it, that's for sure. Little press by St. Pius.
Another offensive rebound from Barstow. Back out top for Dreyer. She'll try a three from downtown, and she banks it home.
She can shoot it out there.
All triples for both sides to begin here tonight. Pius will try another. And another one goes down. That time it's from Kate Sell.
Thank God there's no shot clock in Missouri. Pius is putting it up. They're just swinging the ball and shooting it from there. A little press here again.
Wide open underneath. And the layup is good from Bristol Sanders, who has a quick 5 points to start.
Well, Coach Giller's got to love that. They looked down the floor, got a wide open layup. The ball wasn't really dribbled.
You're right, Rick. Pius is a team that's going to keep shooting. Here goes another. Nothing but air that time. Fight for the rebound. Pius takes it right back. And the finish off the glass from Caroline McCoy, who has 5.
She does the little things, Coach Daniel says. She'll do all the dirty work.
8 apiece here in the opening 3 minutes. Neither team wasting any time offensively. Nice rebound there, chased down by Grayson Zacanti. Back comes St. Pius.
Excellent pass.
Kate Sell will try another three, and it falls short, but she gets her own rebound. And a takeaway by Alex Dean. Looking to go coast to coast, draws contact, and will head to the line to shoot 2.
St. Pius fouls number 2, Kate Sell, her first.
How about the start, Rick, from Alex Dean? She's been everywhere defensively, gets up the floor in a hurry offensively.
Well, everything kind of goes through her offensively. Like Coach said, they got to keep her out of foul trouble. She's had some foul trouble the last couple of games. She loves to play defense. You can see there she can put the ball on the floor and finish with both hands.
Dean good on the first. 2 for 2 at the line for the senior guard. And that puts Barstow into double figures here early on, midway through the first. Nice trap and another steal from Barstow. And a foul near midcourt called on Brooklyn Meesey, her first.
Little 1-2-2 zone here, Coach, or Tanner, and really pressure the point guard a little bit, and it's really giving some problems.
The Knights leading by 2. Into the lane, layup is good off the window. Nice move from Chloe Redlegs, and that forces St. Pius into an early timeout.
Well, that's a pass you cannot let into the middle of the floor against that zone. Wide open, she took one dribble and finished strong.
How about the efficiency on both sides of the floor here midway through the first, Rick, from Barstow?
Well, we talked about both coaches wanted to score some points. They're putting it up in the first quarter. I think Pius has already attempted 8 threes and maybe hitting 2, so they're not going to stop. That's just the way they play. And again, like Coach said, they might go a 9-0 run on you, but you just got to keep battling. Those rebounds become important. Those offensive rebounds, for the most part, can end up being your second or third three-point shot.
There's Ronnie Gilliard, the head coach for Barstow, has put together quite the program just in his 3rd year here with the Knights. Off to a 7-3 start.
Yeah, Tanner, he's done a great job resurrecting his program. But when you think of the name Rodney Gilliard, he's the father of Jacob Gilliard, one of the best point guards in the last 20 years to come through Kansas City. Went on to Richmond, led the NCAA in steals, was drafted by Memphis in the NBA and still playing overseas. So his dad had a lot to do with his progression.
Pius looking to respond out of their first timeout here in the first. Nice look inside, and nice defensive work by Bristol Sanders. Alex Dean across the center circle.
If Sanders just keeps her hands up, being 6'1", she's going to change a lot of shots down there.
Loose ball, foul on the floor. Called on Annie Broderick. They're actually going to get Kate Sell with the foul.
Her second.
That's her second, Rick.
Checking it for the Warriors, number 5.
Key player for St. Pius will take a seat. Now the Knights working out top. Dean thought about the 3, 1 dribble pull up, and it's good. Making it look easy here in the first.
She penetrated the soft spot of that zone and stepped up with confidence. Both teams really want to get the ball into the middle of that free throw line, then they can go all directions with it.
Jumper is too strong. Rebound brought down by Chloe Redlegs. And they'll slowly bring it across the timeline. Alex Dean out top. Another quick shot. That time from Mariah Moore. And St. Pius turns it over again. And a foul inside called on Grayson Zacanti.
Barstow's really active with her hands, Tanner, and I think that's caused, even in the backcourt, caused a lot of the turnovers. Pius got to take better care of the ball.
Annalise Taylor back in for Barstow. A nice inbound, an easy finish. How about that pass from Addie Huff, who just checked in off the bench for the Knights.
Great execution.
And a Knights turn St. Pius over again. And St. Pius answers right back, and a foul on Mariah Moore.
Barstow fouls number 23, Mariah Moore. Checking in for Barstow, number 1, Alex Dean.
But the active hands defensively from Barstow here in the first quarter. Look at this inbound.
Really super pass.
With the left hand.
Yes, and then a finish with Redlegs, but she's probably, it starts with the pass. She was patient and waited for her to get open.
Lena Armilio off the bench as well for St. Pius. And that one rattles home for Brooklyn Meese, two-sport athlete for St. Pius, also plays tennis. 5'6" junior.
They did a really good job of looking at the basket. It looks like Pius is really content with throwing the ball around the perimeter.
Annalisa Taylor fighting for the rebound. And they're going to get her with an over-the-back offensive foul. Her first. Just a freshman, 6'1".
She's got, Coach really loves her. The future for her at the Barstow School. She's 6'1". She loves the game. She's got super potential. Great student.
3 is too strong. Nice rebound by Addie Huff. Dean trying to kick it ahead, an aggressive pass. Now St. Pius can't quite chase it down. That was Lena Armelio on the run. Possession back to Barstow.
There's a lot of transition turnovers that are really unforced, just some poor passes and not taking care of the ball.
Up the floor looking for Taylor. Nice dump inside. And free throws on the way from Talia Dreyer. Still looking for her first points here in the opening frame.
Well, Pius is getting stuck with the 2-on-1. It seems like every time they're in their press a little bit. So they're either going to have to come up and get the pass right on the sideline, or they're going to have to do some bluffing and getting back and get everybody as a team getting back in their transition defense.
Rare miss at the line for Dreyer. Came in at a 76% free throw percentage, averaging north of 14 points per game, 4 steals a game. She's led the Knights to a 7-3 start through the first 10 games. Misses both free throws. Here comes St. Pius. Just over a minute to play here in the first. How about that steal and takeaway by Bristol Sanders? And the finish on the other end.
She is a young talent. She showed a lot right there, a lot of potential. Left-hand finish.
Defense turned into offense once again for the Knights. Turnover stacking up for St. Pius here in the first, and there's another. Moore bringing it up the floor. Knights could hold for one final shot, and they will. Coach Gilliard over on the sideline telling guard Alex Dean to slow it up. Moore drives, spins, and misses to the left. St. Pius now with the last look here in the first.
And Barstow's got their big team in there right now, Tanner. They got both 6'2", and they got red legs in there, so they can throw some size at you.
Neither team wants to hold for the final shot. Knights looking for one last look, a lot of contact. No foul called as the first quarter comes to a close. 18-10, an 8-point lead for the home team. As we take a look, how about this finish? The steal on one end, Bristol Sanders coast to coast with the left hand. The Knights off to an 8-point start.
I'm attorney Mike DePasquale. If you've been injured in a car wreck, you don't deserve the medical bills, you don't deserve the lost wages, and you don't deserve to be treated like a nobody. You deserve better. You deserve someone in your corner. At my firm, all we do is injury law. We've recovered over $1 billion for people just like you. We're here to make sure you get what you deserve. If you've been hurt, call me. I've got this.
Why do people love You Move Me?
Because we show up on time.
And take good care of their belongings.
Because we're friendly, uniform,
and professional.
I love You Move Me because they're reliable and they make moving effortless.
Love your move with You Move Me.
The DM Injury Law Game of the Week on 38 The Spot is brought to you by DM Injury Law. You Move Me. Your Kansas City area Toyota dealers. Compass Financial Resources, Athletic Solutions, and Cruise Elite Basketball Academy. Back here inside the Barstow Schools, we get a look at the head coach for St. Pius X, Krista Daniels. Had a good conversation with Krista earlier this week, Rick. She's put together quite the program at St. Pius.
Absolutely, and 5 and 7 really has nothing to do with how
tough
well
schedule.
they're playing. A tough schedule. She said they'll play 2 games very well, and then they'll fall back a little bit. She's senior dominated, and she's just hoping they can turn it on here into February.
Rick, what does St. Pius need to do to turn things around here in the second? It was all Knights there in the first quarter.
Well, I think they need to attack the basketball goal from the offensive from the free throw line in, and they got to hit their outside shots. They're only getting one shot on the other end, and Barstow's really beating them up in the paint a little bit.
Kate Sell only playing a couple minutes there in the first, the leading scorer for St. Pius. 2 quick fouls. That's costly for St. Pius.
Yeah, you're going to probably have to see her in pretty quick just to keep them in the basketball game here early. They're bogged down a little bit offensively without her in there.
And Elisa Taylor gets caught up with Grayson Zacanti. Jump ball, possession arrow will keep it here with the Knights. Tanner Collins alongside Rick Zeke. Here's a look at Kate Sell on the bench. 3 is off the mark. And a nice rebound brought down by Brooklyn Nisi. St. Pius back up the floor in a hurry and a foul inside. They're going to get Chloe Redlegs with the personal.
Yeah, I think one of the things Pius has to do is really push the ball when they do get a rebound, is push the ball and then run to the basket. It seems like they got a little bit more team speed, and they got to take advantage of that, maybe run their post.
Nice inbounds pass and a nice friendly roll for Lena Armelio with her first points here tonight. Just a freshman for St. Pius. Getting some minutes off the bench.
Both teams have scored off their out-of-bounds plays.
Alex Dean turns it over out top for the Knights.
Second for the Knights, number 23, Mariah Bull.
Yeah, a little 1-2-2 with pressure up on the top. Almost runs it as a half-court trap. She steps up and gets a pass. Anything up in the air, she can go get it.
Another steal for Bristol Sanders. Moore drives in, kicks out, and a whistle down the floor. Foul on Annie Broderick.
Tanner, you can really see Coach Gilliard is really excited about Bristol Sanders. She showed a lot of skill, in one quarter of play. A 6-foot freshman.
Kate Sell back in for St. Pius. Deep 3 from the top of the key is short. From Talia Dreyer. Dreyer still looking for her first points here tonight. Came in averaging just over 14 points per game. They'll swing it across. The layup rattles out. And the rebound brought down by Dreyer. Nearly gets it taken away, but it'll stay with the Knights.
Good move. She just didn't finish the ball into the goal. They got size down there. They're going to have to shoot over that size. You're probably going to see them go back to a lot of penetrating in there and kicking it out, especially with their shooters back in.
Nice steal by Kate Sell. St. Pius looking to turn the momentum here in the second. Nice dump inside. Layup too strong. It's a good look.
Yeah, well, by putting Sell in the corner, they have to go out there, and that pass straight to the post has to be open because that corner girl in the zone has to step out.
Alex Dean with it. Had a nice opening quarter. Sanders inside and is fouled by Grayson Zacanti.
St. Pius fouls at number 3.
It continues in their 2-3 zone. Small. You can see them trying to collapse against that size.
Bristol Sanders, just a freshman. Dreyer with it out top. Now the Knights slow it up. Looking for a back cut there from Addie Huff. And Sanders turns it over. Barstow scoreless here, still in the second. St. Pius with 1 bucket. Kate Sell will try a 3. And St. Pius rips down another offensive rebound. Rebounding, one of the keys for St. Pius. They've been rebounding well here in the first half.
They're getting some good looks. You just got to knock it down, and Coach Daniels said they've been struggling with that a little bit. When you get good looks, you just hope they can put it in the hole.
Sanders calling for it. Down the low block. Dreyer misses the jumper. And the rebound brought away by Moore. She'll try a 3, nearly rattles it in. St. Pius with the rebound. The Knights still scoreless here in the second, but they hold strong defensively. Now Moore will set up the offense for the Knights.
Pius is in a man-to-man now. They're switching it up a little bit.
Chloe Redlegs drives in. Sloppy possession here from the Knights and a takeaway by St. Pius. A 4-0 run here in the second from the Warriors.
McCanny's played well today. She's aggressive on defense. Timeout, Coach Gilliard.
First timeout here in the first half used by the Knights.
Barstow. This will be a 30-second timeout.
We'll get a couple substitutions in as well.
Well, I think their confidence from St. Pius, when you put Sell back on the floor, when your best player's back on the floor, I think you play a little bit more confidently, especially offensively, and it changes how Barstow has to play defense.
Look at that last play. Sanders down in the corner. And look at that takeaway by Grayson Zacantu at coast to coast. St. Pius, a 4-0 run to start here in the second.
Yeah. And I think Coach Gilliard's over there talking about you got to take care of ball. He mentioned that to us this week, that ball security and turnovers has been a problem. And when you're young, you're going to have that. Remember, he's got 2 seniors with, for the most part, 4 freshmen playing in there. And St. Pius thinks that their experience is to their advantage. They have 4 seniors and who've been playing for 3 or 4 years. So they understand every possession becomes important.
First timeout taken by Rodney Gilliard, head coach for Barstow. Sanders will try a 3 from way out top, and it's too strong. Kate Sell with the rebound. Another offensive rebound for St. Pius. A nice dump inside. And Elisa Taylor with a big rebound for the Knights.
Excellent pass. Just got to finish. Barstow's got both young 6-footer freshmen in there.
A lot of contact underneath. Here's Annalisa Taylor working on the low block, and she's fouled and will shoot 2.
Excellent footwork down on the post area.
Warrior fouls at number 21, Caroline McCoy. Her second.
Taylor averages 6 points a game as a freshman. Coach said she's up and down a little bit, but she's a great kid. Always smiling, willing to work hard with great basketball potential.
First free throw rattles out.
15, Talia Dreher.
One more upcoming for Annalisa Taylor. St. Pius has held the Knights scoreless here in the second. Second free throw too strong. Sanders nearly with the rebound, but here comes St. Pius. Elena backs off the bench for the Warriors. 3 is up, rattles out. Sanders with the rebound. Now Alex Dean up the floor. Inside for Annalisa Taylor. And another over the back call called on the Knights.
The St. Pius defender was boxing around. She did reach over. That's some of the situations, as Coach Gilliard saying, just went overhead and grabbed it and didn't touch her. He disagrees with that call.
You coached for 40 years, Rick. You never got mad at a ref for a bad call, did you?
Never. You don't want to be mad too long because the next call is the one you're worried about now. Oh, in and out.
Spinning out. Nice look there for Annie Broderick. Knights looking to get the offense going here in the second. They posted 18 points back in the first. Nice dribble drive. Layup is short. Annalisa Taylor with the follow. And the Knights with their first bucket here in the second with just over 2 minutes to play till halftime.
Really good second effort. She didn't give up on it. Kept the ball above her head.
Nice ball movement here from St. Pius. 3 doesn't fall. But Pius just continues to shoot. And a travel called on the floor. No foul on the Knights.
20, Chloe Redlands. Checking in for the Warriors, number 5, Lena Armilio.
Take a look at that offensive rebound from Annalisa Taylor. Good concentration, 2 defenders. First bucket here in the second for the Knights.
Most young kids would have brought that ball back down and the defense could get after it a little bit, but she kept the ball above her chin at her head level and scored it.
Sanders with the fadeaway, and she splashes it home. Nice looking jumper.
Good pass.
Good pass inside. Easy finish for Annie Broderick, ending the 4-0 run from the Knights, answering the 4-0 run from St. Pius.
And that's what three-point shooters can do. It just spreads you out because you got to cover it out there, get a hand in their face.
Chloe Redlegs into the lane. She'll earn a chance at the free throw line.
St. Pius fouls on number 1.
Barstow just 2 of 6 from the free throw line here in the first half.
Chloe plays volleyball, transferred in from Belton, averaging 14 points a game, 6 rebounds. Another of their most consistent players. She'd love to play in college, Coach said. She's a senior and she'd love to continue play.
2 for 2 at the line from Chloe Redlegs, bringing the lead back to 8. Just over a minute to go till halftime. And another takeaway from the Knights. St. Pius looking for a travel. Wide open underneath. It's Chloe Redlegs with the finish.
Really good look.
Largest lead here in the first half. A 10-point advantage for Barstow. And the defensive intensity continues from Alex Dean.
Ken, I really believe that Pius needs to do a better job putting somebody in the middle of the floor there.
Pius was looking for a travel there near the timeline, but Chloe Redlegs left wide open underneath.
Excellent look. Always got to look towards your goal. Pius needs to spend a little bit more time setting that floor a little bit. Now they got to grow at the free throw line and kind of play off that. That's going to keep those 2 middle girls tucked inside a little bit.
Here's Kate Sal, 2 dribble pull-up, Sell rather, and just falls short. Alex Dean back up the floor for the Knights. If you're Barstow, you can hold for the last shot here. Both offenses have played so quick here in the first half. Dreyer's going to go up with it and finish with the left hand.
She wanted that ball. She was working for it.
12-point lead for the Knights.
Got 10 seconds to play. Kids must be aware of the clock here. If the out-of-bounds plays breaks down.
Kate Sell with the inbound. 6 to shoot. Sell gets a 3 up, and it rattles out. Chloe Redlegs, a full-court heave, trying to bounce it in, and it's short. As we hit halftime here from the Barstow School, where the Knights lead 28-16. It was a dominant first quarter and a good back half there in the second. As we take a look at one of the last possessions for the Knights. How about the finish from Dreyer? 28-16, a 12-point advantage. It's halftime.
I'm Mike DePasquale, Kansas City's lawyer, the city of champions. KC is a place where values still matter and honesty is a way of life. When you're injured, you want a lawyer who knows this city and a team that knows how to win. If you've been injured, call me. I've got this.
Why do people love You Move Me?
Because we show up on time.
And take good care of their belongings.
Because we're friendly, uniform,
and professional.
I love You Move Me because they're reliable and they make moving effortless.
Love your move with You Move Me.
At Compass Financial Resources, we help individuals and families looking to take control of their financial future, to find clarity and confidence in the decisions that matter most. We are grateful for the clients who put their trust in us and excited to meet those who will have the privilege to help next. From all of us at Compass Financial Resources, We wish all of you a wonderful 2026.
Wow, I can't believe you really fit it all in one truck.
I told you, our trucks are bigger. And our prices are better.
Junk King, Kansas City. Bigger trucks, better prices. We treat our customers like royalty.
I'm attorney Mike DePasquale. If you've been injured in a car wreck, you don't deserve the medical bills or the lost wages, and you don't deserve to be treated like a nobody. You deserve better. Call me. I've got this.
The DM Injury Law Game of the Week is brought to you by Cruise Elite Basketball Academy, Junk King of Kansas City, Safe Haven, R.E. Pedrati Company, Cumpy's Sports and Apparel, Arment Enterprises, and Mike Sill Insurance. Back here inside the Barstow School halftime, where the Knights lead 28-16 here on 38 The Spot. Tanner Collins alongside Hall of Fame coach here in Kansas City, Rick Zeke. Let's take a look and promote our next game on February 6th right here on 38 The Spot, brought to you by Compass Financial. Rick, it's going to be a fun one. St. Thomas Aquinas at St. James Academy.
Well, it'll be the Catholic shootout at St. James. Girls, you got two of the best teams in Kansas playing against each other at 5:30. That'll really be a good game. And I think Aquinas happened to win that one on the first time around. And then the boys' game, it was a buzzer beater, and St. James beat Aquinas. So this will be round two of sometimes a three-round bout against those two rivals. And it'll be a huge crowd, and St. James and St. Thomas Aquinas really don't like each other. That makes it a little bit more interesting.
Next week brought to you by Compass Financial. We'll take a break. Be right back here for some highlights here on 38 The Spot. It's the DM Injury Law Game of the Week.
Dear Winter, we're coming. Our squad of vehicles with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of our game. Bundle up. Toyota. Toyota has 25 all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive vehicles, more than any other brand. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Why do people love You Move Me?
Because we show up on time.
And take good care of their belongings.
Because we're friendly, uniform,
and professional.
I love You Move Me because they're reliable and they make moving effortless.
Love your move with You Move Me.
I don't mean to judge, but that other company's truck was tiny.
Ma'am, we can definitely fit this in one truck. That's why you call Junk King. Bigger trucks, better prices.
Junk King, Kansas City. We treat our customers like royalty.
At Barstow, mission matters. Sound scholarship, mind, body, character. It reminds us of what we stand for. Here, integrity, curiosity, and community aren't just words, they're our culture. Discover your place at the Barstow School, a place where you belong.
The DM Injury Law Game of the Week on 38 The Spot is brought to you by DM Injury Law. You Move Me. Your Kansas City area Toyota dealers, Compass Financial Resources, Athletic Solutions, and Cruise Elite Basketball Academy. I'll call the highlights. Back here inside the Barstow School here on 38 The Spot, where the Knights lead at 28-16. Let's take a look at some halftime highlights sponsored by Toyota. And there in the first half, the Knights did a nice job on both sides of the floor, but Bristol Sanders put on a show defensively and on the offensive side of the floor. There's another finish by Sanders inside using the glass. The depth was definitely shown there in the first half. Nice one dribble pull-up by Alex Dean. The 5'4" senior had a nice first half. On the other side for St. Pius, they were trying to get it going from three. They hit a couple early on, as there's a nice finish inside by Caroline McCoy. That's one area to improve on for St. Pius coming into the third quarters. Hitting from deep, Sanders with another steal. She had 3 steals in the first half for Barstow. Rick, the Knights did a little bit of everything there in the first half.
Yeah, and Coach was talking about surviving the runs. The only run Pius really had was maybe the first 3 or 4 minutes of the game. And then for the most part, their size took over, and I was really impressed with Bristol Sanders and the other big girls from the Knights.
Annalisa Taylor there with the follow. She had a few offensive rebounds in the first half. How about this little fadeaway from Sanders? Nothing but net. One of the best shots we saw in the first half from Barstow, who leads the way here at home. The largest lead of the game, up 12, 28-16. We'll take a break and be right back here on 38 The Spot. Barstow leads 28-16. Third quarter is next.
A large bank that stays tied to the community it serves? That's bold. For over 90 years, Security Bank has served the greater Kansas City area. That's longer than most of the barbecue joints around. What's our secret sauce? It's our commitment to local lending and local decisions, championing what makes Kansas City great, because Kansas City is full of champions. Speaking of which, we've been recognized as the strongest large bank in KC. Security Bank of Kansas City, boldly local.
I'm Mike DePasquale, Kansas City's lawyer, the city of champions. Living here, you learn what makes a community strong, what holds people together, and how to do what's right for friends, family, and neighbors. Kansas City is a place where values still matter and honesty is a way of life. It's where you can reach out to someone you trust if you need help. When you're injured, you want a lawyer who knows this city and a team that knows how to win. If you've been injured, call me. I've got this.
Why do people love You Move Me?
Because we show up on time.
And take good care of their belongings.
Because we're friendly, uniform,
and professional.
I love You Move Me because they're reliable and they make moving effortless.
Love your move with You Move Me.
Dear Winter, our squad of vehicles with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive is ready. Bundle up. Toyota. Toyota. Let's go places.
Back here inside the Barstow School, Tanner Collins alongside Hall of Fame coach here in Kansas City, 40-year head coach Rick Zeke. Happy to have you along here on 38 The Spot for the DM Injury Law Game of the Week here at Barstow. Knights lead 28-16. They did just about everything right there in the first half.
Well, I really like how the Barstow School played in the first half. I think they played together as a team. They passed the ball a little bit, shot the ball outside, finished certainly close to the goal. And that's probably the difference right now, the easy points that they got off transition.
On the other side, Rick, what does St. Pius need to do to start here in the third? We always talk about the first 4 minutes coming out of halftime are crucial.
Yeah, and I think they got to establish the flow a little bit offensively. Sell needs to shoot the ball well. She's getting them up, and they need to hit some shots. And I think sometimes three-point teams forget about it. You start inside, and then you'll get your outside. They're missing layups. If they hit those layups, they're back in the game a little bit. So I'm sure Coach Daniels talked about, we've got good shots. We just got to make them. We got to make them.
How about the guitar players here tonight? They're rocking.
We are rocking it here. Winter Jam 1 at Barstow.
Back underway here in the third, here on 38 The Spot. St. Pius with the opening possession. Kate Sell had 2 early fouls back in the first. No foul since. Clean slate in the second quarter, and a travel on the opening possession by Grayson Zacanti.
That zone continues to give Pius some problems because they just can't get the ball into the middle of the lane.
Sanders will try a 3 and hit. Little fist bump running back down the floor as well. Sanders is putting on a show here on 38 The Spot.
I mean, Tanner, she averages 8 rebounds and 8 points a game. She's there already.
And another takeaway from Alex Dean. Back up the floor come the Knights. Strayer thought about the 3 and then turns it over.
Good look.
Kate Sell working on Sanders. Now a 2-on-1 and a block called underneath on Talia Dreyer.
I think Kate Sell just got a little bit uncomfortable because she was in the paint with the ball. She was used to being behind that line a little bit, but she took the ball back out, and then they fouled her. So let's see if they can do something off this out-of-bounds plays. They scored on their out-of-bounds plays last time.
Talia Dreyer will take a seat. Annalisa Taylor in for the Knights. Another offensive rebound from St. Pius. Kate Sell for 3. Too strong, but another chance. The Warriors with their 3rd offensive rebound in a row. Annalisa Taylor corrals it for the Knights. Back up the floor comes Alex Dean. Just getting underway here in the 3rd quarter. Sanders.
They're playing man-to-man. It's going to be a tough matchup.
How about the Euro step from Annalisa Taylor?
Tanner, they know right where to go with the ball with their size. They're looking into the post, and they're playing through the post with good footwork.
How about a 5-0 run to start for the Knights here in the 3rd? They were held scoreless for 5 consecutive minutes in the 2nd quarter. Kate Sell driving, a lot of contact, and a blocking foul called on Chloe Redlegs. Kate Sell will earn a trip to the strike.
Well, they're doing an excellent job finding Sell in that man. You can see it, 2 players ran at her last time she got the ball.
Annalisa Taylor doing a nice job underneath with the offhand.
That's a big size advantage down there, and with good footwork, that's going to be awful tough. Pius is going to have to try to front her or at least play from the high side. They're going to throw it right into her, and that's not even fair.
First free throw rattles out for Kate Sell. Three points, 2 rebounds.
I'm sure Coach Daniels over there just hoping and praying that Kate Sell can really kick it in and get into a run and get flow back into the game.
Gets the 2nd to fall. Here's Chloe Redlegs on the other end. Powering into the lane. The jumper misses to the right. And a foul on Alex Dean. Possession to St. Pius. Out of control on the other end, but a fortunate break for St. Pius. The layup doesn't fall. Now Alex Dean working for the Knights. Chloe Redlegs, 10-footer is good.
That's a 4-point turnaround. A missed layup down. They didn't really hustle back on the other end. And Barstow beat him to the bucket.
Head coach Daniels for St. Pius looking for a foul call. You're right, Rick. A huge 4-0 swing. Pius with a great look underneath. Then Chloe Redlegs splashes a 10-footer on the other side.
Well, I don't think Pius went back down the floor. They thought it was a foul, and they just got beat down the floor. They're still jogging down on the other end, while Redlegs just knocks home a little short jumper.
Alex Dean, the floor general, dishing off another assist, but Chloe Redlegs, 10 points, 4 rebounds.
She's aggressive. She can go downhill with the ball. She forces herself in the lane, makes something happen. Tanner, when they have Corey Redlegs in there, when they got Dean in there, and they got 2 6-foot freshmen, they're going to be tough to handle. They really are at the 3A level.
Off to a 7-3 start this season. Kate Sell turns it over. And the Knights riding a 7-1 run to start here in the 3rd. Now some pressure put out top from Kate Sell. Back out for Dean. Thought about the three. Sanders will try. And she hits another. She can play.
She's an excellent player. She's showing some offensive skills.
And a three on the other side from Kate Sell.
Well, one thing about Kate Sell, she's not going to stop. I mean, the only way you can score is to shoot. And she knows that, and I think Coach just said, get your head up, keep shooting.
Sanders backing down into the lane and turns it over. Nice steal inside from Misi. 2 layups missed by St. Pius. They get another look, and that time it falls for Caroline McCoy.
St. Pius not going to go away. Great effort.
Nobody back on defense for St. Pius, but the pass from Sanders gets past Annalisa Taylor. And the possession back to the Knights. Both teams have been working quick all night long. Sanders will take a seat.
Checking in for the Warriors, number 25, Brooklyn Fisher, number 5, Lena Armilio.
Lena Armilio and Brooklyn Fisher check in for St. Pius.
She's trying to get some of her bigger girls in. The big size advantage that Barstow has over the St. Pius Warriors.
Jab step from Sell. And another turnover by the Warriors. Defense intensity from Barstow. Turnovers back and forth. Possession back to St. Pius.
Checking back in for Barstow.
Coach Daniels got to hopefully they got a big run in them, and they need it here pretty quick in these last 3 minutes of this third quarter here.
Brooklyn Fisher out top, just off the bench for St. Pius. Pass deflected. Sanders with another steal. Dreyer will try a three. Oh, and it's good. Knights with their largest lead, up 19. Sanders to the floor, and she's going to be whistled for the foul. Or Dreyer, that is, for Barstow.
Well, as a coach, Coach Gilliard's got to love 2 girls going down on the floor.
Checking in for the Knights, number 12.
Alex Dean has been controlling the floor offensively. A nice dump ahead. And a three from Talia Dreyer.
Dreyer didn't think anything about it. She was going to put that up. She squared her feet up, nothing but net.
Brooklyn Fisher will try a three, and it misses to the right. Chloe Redlegs is fouled after bringing down another rebound.
Number 3, Gracie McCanty.
The Knights starting to pull away here in the third, up 19.
Pius is going to pick up the pressure a little bit. They got to make something happen right here.
Sanders for three, too strong that time. Alex Dean hit the floor and is slow to get up. Looks like she's all right. Walk off. Over to the bench.
Trainer's going to look at her a little bit. She's a tough girl.
(41-22), a 19-point advantage for the Knights. 2:43 to play here in the third. Tanner Collins, Rick Zeke, the DM injury log game of the week here on 38 The Spot. From the Bristol Sanders show so far here tonight. And another turnover by the Warriors off the left knee of Caroline McCoy.
Layla Payne, number 3's another freshman on the floor for Barstow.
Deflected out of play. It'll stay with the Knights. 2:29 to play here in the third. Huff with the inbounds, and it's turned over. Caroline McCoy with the finish on the other end.
Basket good for number 21, Caroline McCoy.
Back-to-back turnovers on inbounds passes from the Knights.
I think Sell really wanted to put that one up there, but she didn't get her feet set.
Nice pump fake and drive, and free throws coming up for Caroline McCoy. The Warriors looking to dig into the 19-point deficit. And steals is the best way to do it. Here's the steal from McCoy off the inbounds.
Slows herself down, squares up, use the backboard. They need those 2 points.
McCoy with the last 3 points for St. Pius and a chance to add one more. Four consecutive points for Caroline McCoy. Here's the full court press from St. Pius. They just get it inbound that time. Nice work by Dreher to get it across the timeline. Now nowhere to go, timeout. Smart timeout taken by Rodney Gilliard.
Tanner, you can see what happens when Dean comes out of the game. It's like your quarterback getting hurt and your backup quarterback has to maybe, for a series, take care of the offense. They're really out of flow a little bit. They really miss her. They got Redlegs back in, and they got Dean back in. And I'm sure Coach, great timeouts, going to talk, let's settle back down. Pius was on a short little run, and let's get back into playing basketball.
41-26, 15-point lead for Barstow. First timeout taken here in the third quarter. As the student section is bringing the energy here tonight inside the Barstow School.
Crowd still coming in, getting ready for the boys' game.
Chloe Redlegs all the way into the lane, through traffic.
She makes her way in the lane and creates some contact.
12 points for Chloe Redlegs. And another turnover by the Warriors.
They had Kate Sell run the baseline there for a three. They just didn't get the pass.
Sanders is blocked. Here's the big finish from Chloe Redlegs.
Yeah, she knows where to go with it. She goes right to the bucket.
Sanders was swatted underneath in the lane. Now baseline out of bounds for the Knights. Dean the trigger. Sanders with a quick pull-up. And it catches there that time. Didn't quite get her legs underneath.
She didn't really set her feet there. And that was kind of an awkward shot. Coach just said, what are you doing? You got a lead, minute and a half to go. Take your time.
Now St. Pius sets up the offense. Turnovers have stacked up here in the third. Another layup doesn't go. Sanders with the rebound, nearly gets it taken away. Here comes Alex Dean.
DeConte's battling down underneath there. She's just about 4 inches too short.
Chloe Redlegs turns it over for the Knights. Just over a minute to play here in the third.
Dreher's really sticking to Sell. Sell's getting a little bit frustrated. She'd like to get some open looks, but their good team's not going to let that happen.
Armelio just chases the pass down. Nice look for the Pirates, and the three is off the back iron. Alex Dean back up the floor for the Knights. Now the Warriors looking to run. Kate Sell will try a three left wing. It's too strong. And Redlegs chases down the rebound. Neither team wants to hold for the last shot, Rick.
I don't think they're really aware of the clock here. I don't know if Coach Gilliard's mad at the ref or mad at his team. He was saying one shot twice.
13 seconds to go here in the third. Addie Huff will check in for Alex Dean.
13 seconds.
Here's McCoy. A lot of contact and a blocking foul called on Moore. 5'6" junior. 9.4 seconds to go. That's free throws.
Those are the fouls that frustrate coaches. You can see Coach Gilliard over there saying, why? Can't defend a free throw, Tanner.
Boy, 3 for 3 from the line here in the third.
Also check you.
16-point lead for the Knights. McCoy looking to trim it to 15. 2 set to check in for the Knights. Dreyer and Dean back out on the floor.
McCoy averages 11 points a game, 6 rebounds.
Full court press put on by St. Pius. Up the floor, here's Dreyer. Nobody back home for St. Pius. And a score to end the third quarter by the Knights. And they extend the lead back to 17. 45-28. DM Injury Law Game of the Week. Fourth quarter is coming up next here on 38 The Spot.
At Compass Financial Resources, we help individuals and families looking to take control of their financial future, to find clarity and confidence in the decisions that matter most. We are grateful for the clients who put their trust in us and excited to meet those we'll have the privilege to help next. From all of us at Compass Financial Resources, we wish all of you a wonderful 2026.
The DM Injury Law Game of the Week is brought to you by Relic Apparel and Graphics, Ready, Set, Hang, Design Mechanical, Weaver Exterminating, Tequila Harry's, Chris O'Connor, Attorney at Law, and BSN Sports. Back here inside the Barstow School, how about this finish from the Knights in the third? A kick up the floor, Dreyer off the glass for 2. Tanner Collins, Rick Zeke with you here on 38 The Spot. Rick, St. Pius tried to battle back there in the third, but the Knights just held on strong.
Yeah, they had a couple big possessions. The ball went in and out, and that hurt them a little bit. They need to make a run here. I don't think they're ever going to give up. They're still hustling.
Kate Sell will try a 3, and it goes down. A turnover off the jump from the Knights. Kate Sell answers with the 3, and that's just the start the Warriors needed.
Well, she can catch fire. Coach said 2 weeks ago she just had a 38-point game, so she can do it.
Head coach Gilliard was trying to get a timeout there on the inbound. Dreyer will check in for the Knights. St. Pius looking to start quick here in the fourth. Start of the fourth, trailing by 17. Kate Sell with it out top, nearly traveled. McCoy with a pull-up jumper, and it's short. Annalisa Taylor with the rebound.
Well, they're going to have some other players score because Drayler's really D'ing up on Sell. Almost
Dreyer
like
drives.
One situation.
Tough layup. And it'll go to St. Pius. Kate Sell with an early 3 to start here in the fourth. McCoy drives in, is swatted by Taylor. They're looking to get it to Kate Sell. Sell driving, a little out of control into the lane. And a jump ball is called, and it's going to stay with St. Pius.
Coach Daniels is still getting on her team. She needs some energy, she said. Really get into it. We need a run.
Good look from McCoy from the top of the key. And another jump ball is called, and the possession arrow favoring the Knights. Alex Dean still remains over on the bench. for Barstow. Dreyer back up the floor for the Knights. Gets it over to Redlegs. Good dump down for Taylor, and a finish.
Excellent post up.
Great post up from the 6'1 freshman, Annalisa Taylor, to end the run from St. Pius. 6:40 to play here in the fourth. Good hustle by Talia Dreyer, but it'll stay with St. Pius.
You can't tell me this game doesn't mean something. You got hard post, throw the ball up, 22's battling in at the paint. Every possession still, Coach Gilliard's talking about, we got to execute.
Taylor, her third.
Baseline out of bounds for St. Pius. Out top for McCoy, powering into the lane. A lot of contact, no whistle. Wow. Back up the floor comes the Knights. That call could have gone either way. Sell nearly gets a takeaway. It'll stay here with the Knights. 6:19 to play in the fourth.
Well, you can jump stop in there. You got 2 6-footers in there. I think that's what you saw.
Jump ball. Should be St. Pius ball, and it will. Good defense by Chloe Redlegs. Zacanti working left wing.
Barstow's really been impressive, Tanner, defensively. Really not giving up much.
Nowhere to go for Broadway. One dribble pull up for McCoy is short. And Elisa Taylor with the rebound.
Long range for Sell.
And another jump ball called on the floor. .526 to play here in the fourth. Happy to have you along here on 38 The Spot. Tanner Collins, Rick Zeke. Knights having trouble with the inbounds pass, and that's another turnover. Those turnovers hurt you. No time comes off the clock.
Yeah. And you can see coaches getting frustrated. And, you know, for the most part, he's got 2 seniors out on the floor. He's relying on them. They've had 4 years of experience. And for the most part, the freshmen are the only ones coming after the ball.
Kate Sell trying for a quick three. And it misses short. Dreyer with the rebound. Looks like tweaked her ankle on the as she landed on the floor. Kate Sell back the other way into the lane. Once again, a ton of contact. No whistle blown. Bristol Sanders confused as well. There's been a ton of contact here in the fourth. Only one foul called combined. Let the kids play.
One coach wanted to charge. One coach said certainly got fouled.
There's a quick finish from McCoy. Nobody home underneath for the Knights.
Pius isn't going to go away, Tanner. They're battling.
And a trap on the far side of the floor. Up the floor for Redlegs. And they break the press that time. And now we'll slow it up. Still no Alex Dean. And Elisa Taylor inside, doesn't get the layup to fall. Pius looking to push. Kate Sell, step back three, off the mark. Has struggled from long range here tonight.
Taylor went up and got that one.
And another turnover by Barstow. Little cherry picking. And a block underneath from Chloe Redlegs.
Checking in for Warriors, number 5, Lena Armilio, and number 25, Brooklyn Fisher.
11 rebounds here tonight for Annalisa Taylor. She's been all over the boards, has had some nice finishes inside. Step back three is off the backboard. Kind of a forced shot there from Lena Armilio.
Out of bounds.
As we near the midway point here in the fourth, Barstow is keeping St. Pius around with the turnovers here in the fourth.
Well, I think here comes Sanders and here comes Dean. He's got all of his experienced players on the floor right now. Pius look for some open looks right here.
Dreyer going for the steal. And the runner is off the mark. And here's Dean back out on the floor for the Knights. This defensive pressure has caused havoc for the Knights. Now Sanders bullying her way into the lane, off the glass.
You called it. She bullied back in there. She's backed him up.
Timeout St. Pius. 3:31 to play here in the fourth.
She might have got away with a walk there, Tanner. It looked like her feet were moving a little bit.
St. Pius. This will be a full timeout.
Bristol Sanders with 17 points, 4 rebounds. She's got a bright future for the Knights.
Just a freshman here at Barstow, playing like a senior.
Coach has got to be happy how his young girls are playing going into February. Getting ready for district play. You could tell from Coach Gilliard, Tanner, that he loves the game of basketball, loves to coach it. Over 20 years of coaching club basketball. This is his 3rd year. And again, in 2020 and through 2022, they did not even have a team. So from COVID, so he's resurrecting this program, and you can tell he's doing it right. And he's doing it with some players.
Nice look there at the crowd. Cheerleaders down here courtside. Tanner Collins, Rick Seek. Just a few feet off the floor here inside the Barstow School. Rick, what was St. Pius talking about there in the timeout?
Well, they got to put up some shots. They got to keep hustling. There's no 16-point playing basketball yet, so you got to take it 2 or 3 at a time and just try to get better.
Left elbow jumper off the mark from McCoy. Nice rebound by Dreyer. For the Knights, you slow it up offensively. No shot clock.
Pius is going to continue to pressure a little bit. You just don't want to turn it to a foul-a-thon and get somebody hurt.
Nowhere to go for Dreyer. Kicks it over to Moore. Trying to get it down to Sanders. And it's deflected out of play. It'll stay with the Knights. 2:44 to go.
I think what we're seeing with Pius offensively is Dreyer is really doing a good job of denying her the ball. When you take away the other team, especially in high school, best player, those other 4 players got to step up. And if they just can't score it, they can't score it.
Sanders doesn't get that one to fall. 16-point lead for Barstow. Quick 3 from McCoy on the other side. McCoy Redlegs rips down another rebound. And that one's deflected off St. Pius. It'll stay with the Knights.
Trying to get the ball in the hands of Dean and let her run some offense and get them organized a little bit. You're probably going to see them spread the floor a little bit and get some routes to the basket.
Another turnover off the inbounds. And they get it right back as Alex Dean hits the floor. Foul called on Lena Armilio.
Warriors house on number 5, Lena Armilio.
Deep shot for Annalisa Taylor. Looking to take it all the way. Gets swatted, gets the ball back down out of the air. And a timeout taken by Barstow.
Coach is kind of giggling over there, saying, I got to use my timeout to get you out of trouble. Reset the offense, get the ball back out. Some guards got to go to her, and she was just taking a poor angle to the basket, but she's really got some good footwork for a freshman.
49-33, 16-point lead for Barstow. Their largest lead tonight was 19 back in the second quarter.
Starting to fill up, Tanner. We said it was going to be crowded, and the people are going to be on the railings. The little girls from the young summer basketball camp, Coach said was going to be here, and you're going to see the boys crowd starting to really come in.
Look at the student section here inside the Barstow School.
I think they're in Fenway Park. Neil Diamond for the Red Sox here.
.210 to play here in the fourth. The vibes are high here in Barstow High School.
I got a sister, Caroline, so that song's always special.
Another turnover off the inbounds pass, and that's one improvement Barstow will look to make as they head into next week. A lot of turnovers off inbounds passes. Struggling once again. They just get it into Sanders, and then they turn it over. And a foul underneath called on the Knights.
Game's really getting physical right now. Both teams aren't taking care of the ball and forcing offenses on their end. Probably just need to settle down a little bit. Barstow setting to their offense, use the clock a little bit.
Kate Sell will try a three. Nothing but air. Rebound by Sanders. And a travel called on Mariah Moore with 1:44 to play.
Seems like there's been a lot of fouls, but hadn't been a lot of fouls called. If you look at the scoreboard up here, 2 team fouls to 1.
Kate Sell earns a chance to shoot 2 with 1:36 to play.
Well, we all know Kate's got to play well for the Warriors to win, and just wasn't her night, especially from the three-point line. But she's not giving up. She's a battler. She averages 18 points a game, and she's certainly met her average of 10 or 11 three-pointers. She's putting them up.
2 for 2 at the line that time for Kate Sell. Here's the full court press. Continuing to be put on by St. Pius. That time they get it right up the floor, and Dreyer with a nice finish.
Well, you can't do better than that. Nobody put the ball on the floor. Took less than 3 seconds.
Now Dreyer will pull it back out near the center circle. Nearly turns it over, but it's out of play off St. Pius. 1:16 to play. The final minute, and a foul is called on Caroline McCoy.
St. Pius fouls on number 21, Caroline McCoy, her third. Checking in for Barstow, number 12, Addie Huff.
Turnovers have continued to stack up for both sides as that one is launched down the floor. Sanders with a little shove in the back on Kate Sell.
Addie Huff to the game for Barstow.
Alex Dean on the sideline for Barstow with a 16-point lead. McCoy will try a three, too strong. Annalisa Taylor with another rebound. Nice look inside for Sanders, out of bounds. It'll stay with the Knights. 39 seconds and change to go.
That's a perfect example. Some kids don't realize the quickest way to get the ball down the floor is with the pass and not with the dribble.
And a nice bucket underneath for Red Legs. Brings the lead back to 18. Pius looking for one more score. They don't get it to fall, and pass up the floor is out of bounds. St. Pius will get another chance. 53-35, 18-point lead for the Knights. Final 10 seconds, and a foul underneath. Free throws for Caroline McCoy. Pius hasn't got away, Rick. The effort's been there all 4 quarters.
Yeah, that means coach has got to be happy with their effort, but she knows they can play better, and they're going to need to when they get into the district play.
First free throw is good. McCoy has not missed from the line here in the second half. Two for two at the line. They keep on the full court press. Going to dump it ahead for Sanders. She's going to add another bucket. Why not?
Going to dunk it home for Tanner. Could have been an icing on the cake for a great night.
That'll do it. 55-37. Barstow takes it here tonight. What a night for Sanders and Rodney Gillier's crew. 18-point win. We'll be right back after this on 38 The Spot.
A large bank that stays tied to the community it serves? That's bold. For over 90 years, Security Bank has served the greater Kansas City area. That's longer than most of the barbecue joints around. What's our secret sauce? It's our commitment to local lending and local decisions, championing what makes Kansas City great, because Kansas City is full of champions. Speaking of which, we've been recognized as the strongest large bank in KC. Security Bank of Kansas City, boldly local.
I'm attorney Mike DePasquale. If you've been injured in a car wreck, you don't deserve the medical bills, you don't deserve the lost wages, and you don't deserve to be treated like a nobody. You deserve better. You deserve someone in your corner. At my firm, all we do is injury law. We've recovered over $1 billion for people just like you. We're here to make sure you get what you deserve. If you've been hurt, call me. I've got this.
Founded with a vision to bridge the gap between innovation and athletic performance, Athletic Solutions delivers cutting-edge gear and experiences that empower athletes and inspire fans. From championship moments to hometown pride, we connect communities to the teams and players they love. Shop elevated products, support your local heroes, and discover why Athletic Solutions is the ultimate game changer for fans, athletes, and brands alike.
The DM Injury Law Game of the Week on 38 The Spot is brought to you by DM Injury Law. You Move Me, your Kansas City area Toyota dealers, Compass Financial Resources, Athletic Solutions, and Cruise Elite Basketball Academy. Back here inside the Barstow School, the Knights take it 55-37 and move to 8-3 on the season. St. Pius falls to 5-8. Let's take a look at our player of the game, brought to you by Cruz Elite Basketball Academy. Rick, Bristol Sanders gets it tonight.
Well, I tell you what, she's definitely dominated the basketball game, played well on both ends of the floor, rebound, 19 points, 5 rebounds, 3 steals, changed a lot of shots at the paint, both sides of the floor, and she's got a bright future. Coach Gillard's really happy to have her in the program. Game high 19 points. Player of the game brought to you by Cruz Elite Basketball Academy. 55-37 the final here tonight. An 8-3 start for head coach Rodney Gilliard and the Knights. They take it here at home.